Hello, my brothers and sisters of Christ. Today we're going to be going over 2 Timothy chapter 3 through Titus chapter 1. Summarized in 3 chapters today, but in chapter 3, Paul writes to Timothy about the end days. But know this, that in the last days perilous times will come, for men will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boasters, proud, blasphemous, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, unloving, unforgiving, slanderers, without self-control, brutal, despisers of good, traitors, headstrong, haughty, lovers of pleasures rather than lovers of God, having a form of godliness but denying its power. And from such people turn away, always learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. So Paul tells him about his persecutions. He also tells him that this will happen to him as long as he spreads the gospel, and to tell Timothy to stay loyal to the tradition. But you have carefully followed my doctrine, manner of life, purpose, faith, long-suffering, love, perseverance, persecutions, afflictions. And out of them all the Lord delivered me. Yes, and all who desire to live godly in Christ Jesus will suffer persecution. But evil men and impostors will grow worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. But you must continue in the things which you have learned and have been assured of, knowing from whom you have learned them, and that from childhood you have known the Holy Scriptures, which are able to make you wise for salvation through faith which is in Christ Jesus. And in chapter 4, Paul gives him more encouragement to continue preaching. Preach the word. Be ready in season and out of season. Convince, rebuke, exhort, with all long-suffering and teaching. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but according to their own desires, and they will turn their ears away from the truth, and be turned aside to fables. But you be watchful in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of all evangelists, fulfill your ministry. And then he talks about who defended him during all these persecutions. At my first offense, no one stood with me, but all forsook me. May it not be charged against them. But the Lord stood with me and strengthened me, so that the message might be preached fully through me, and that all the Gentiles might hear. The Lord will deliver me from every evil work and preserve me for his heavenly kingdom. To him be glory forever and ever. So in chapter 1, Paul gives Titus a greeting, and then he talks about ordination of bishops. If a man is blameless, the husband of one wife, having faithful children, not accused of dissipation or insubordination. For a bishop must be blameless, as a steward of God, not self-willed, not quick-tempered, not given to wine, not violent, not greedy for money, but hospitable, a lover of what is good, sober-minded, just, holy, self-controlled, holding fast the faithful word as he has been taught. Paul talks about false teachers and how they exhibit certain characteristics, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole households, teaching things which they ought not, for the sake of dishonest gain. That means they're lacking integrity and they're just seeking personal profit. Therefore, rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in the faith, not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandments of men who turn from the truth. So they're setting up external laws while internally they are unclean. To the pure all things are pure, but to those who are defiled and unbelieving nothing is pure, but even their mind and conscience are defiled. They profess to know God, but in works they deny him, being abominable, disobedient, and disqualified for every good work. He also says that they're immoral, and that bad theology leads to bad behavior. And that concludes the reading for the day. God bless. I'll see y'all tomorrow.